Hello, and welcome to the opening session of the N3C, the National COVID Collaborative Cohort. This first video is just going to get you introduced to the data enclave and how to access it, how to get registered with it. So I'm going to share my screen and allow you to look at where and follow along to the website where we can start getting this information. So it's covid.cd2h.org/enclave. And you can see that this gives you access to starting with the N3C data enclave. For returning users, you can click login here. If you're a new user, click the create account. They also have information on domain teams. So if you're interested in participating in a particular aspect of the N3C research, they have all kinds of different teams going on, elder impact, cardiology, etc. Immunosuppressed, compromised. I know at GW we have a lot of folks interested in HIV and COVID-19. So this is where you might participate in such a thing. There's a pediatrics one for the folks at Children's, lots of different groups. So take a look at those. Click on, there's join links when you want to get into one of those. You can always have hit the support desk and join. For example, if we go to immunosuppressed and compromised, you get to see the mission, the researcher essentials. There's Google Drive with all their information, a Google group to sign up with for emails. And this will come back. We're going to talk about this a little bit with respect to GW, and then also Slack channels to participate. So, and then you're also, the leadership is very responsive, and Amy's been fantastic to email her and get you oriented if you have specific questions as well. But most of this is pretty self-explanatory and efficient to get on board. Same with listing projects, frequently asked questions, some general support, some tools, and then training is interesting because they have a lot of great tutorials, none of which are this sort of tutorial, how to get on. So we're developing this one. But once you're on, then they have some nice tutorials for an introduction to the enclave, the vocabulary that folks are using, and etc. So we'll post this video. You've obviously found it if you're watching on our YouTube channel. And then you can follow these links to these additional tutorials. So let's go to create an account. If you go to create an account, you have to confirm that you have a data use agreement in place with your institution at NC3. GW does, in fact, as well as Children's, have a data use agreement in place, so we're all set. Then you register for the data enclave account, and then you can log into the data enclave once you get access to it. So you click here to register, and the first thing you'll do, I've already been logged in, but it asks you to put in your, to select your institution. For this GW users as George Washington University, for the Children's as Children's National. When you select that, then it'll take you to a login screen that's basically your GW login. So you just use your GW credentials, your name, normal username and password that you use to get into the GW, and that will get you into this system. The trick is this, because N3C uses Google Groups, if you want to participate in those Google Groups, which I did, I used GW does not allow, for no apparent reason, participation in Google Groups with your GW email address. So I actually had to enter my personal email address for the G Suite email. And this creates a disconnect between my profile and the university. So basically I'm in a holding pattern waiting for N3C to verify that this is actually the same Keith Crandall at Gmail as it is at GWU, and that GWU does in fact have a DOA in place. You can also include your expertise, if you're a clinician, your therapeutic area, your ORCID ID, and GitHub and Twitter, if you have those sorts of things. And this is then your profile. With that, then you should be able to come and go ahead and log in to your account here. And then this is what you see. If it loads up. There we go. Welcome to the N3C Data Enclave. What would you like to do? You can onboard to N3C, so there's lots of things you can sign up for, including requesting access to the Enclave. It gives you some overall statistics. So you can see this is January 26th. So as of January 26th, there are over 500,000 positive patient records inside the Enclave. Positive patients, over 2.7 million total patients. They had a number of control individuals. I think they've kind of reduced that. You can find out more about that in the phenotyping exercise. 39 sites, 3 billion rows of data, 1.4 billion lab results, 174 million procedures, drug exposures, visits, observations. So there's a ton of data in here. The children's data is all in here at this point, and being regularly updated. The GW data, we are working on getting it installed at this point, and we hope to have it in there in February. And so the GW data will be mingled with the rest of the data. So that's it for this first part. Once I get access, I'll show you what you can do to register a project and move forward with accessing the data in the Enclave.